before we even get into the review of TNA tonight, because quite honestly, there's not a lot I really have fun talking about, but we have to address the fact that Dani Luna is no longer with TNA, which is such a bummer, man. She was doing so well, and oftentimes everybody I watch who reviews TNA and everybody I talk to watches it was saying that she was one of their favorite knockouts, and the fact that she's gone now really sucks. It really takes a massive blow to the knockouts division, especially since, you know, you're already so thin with genuine charismatic wrestlers. Losing one of your major ones, that sucks. And what's even worse is that she asked for a release. It's not even like she didn't re-sign a contract. She asked to be let go, and obviously that means like stuff was building up way before. She didn't just make this decision on the fly. She was thinking it for a while probably. So it probably makes sense why they never put the championship on her, but still, man, really now, like, why would you have Dani Luna go? Why wouldn't you push her as one of your faces? Like, who do you have now? Your most interesting knockout is undeniably your current champion, which is an NXT wrestler. It's a weird situation. Like, every time TNA does something good, something happens that just pushes them back down. Now, best of luck to Dani Luna. She's great. Whether she goes to WWE or AEW or someplace else, I think she's gonna do amazing. It just sucks because TNA had a gem on their hands and they just didn't capitalize on it. So now onto the actual show, which opens with Mike Santana, your world champion, coming down to the ring. He addresses what happened with Steve Maclin and then moves on to his new challenger, Eddie Edwards, who will be having a shot at the next pay-per-view, which is this weekend, right? Yeah, I think it's like this coming weekend, which is like insane to have another pay-per-view that quickly, but it's fine. It's one of those TNA things, right? And then the system comes out. They talk about how they were going to win every championship, the tag team championships, the world championships, and then Cedric Alexander goes on to saying how he's going to win the X Division championship. Out comes Leon Slater to address this. Then, you know, a whole bunch of more people come out. Mustafa Ali and the Order 4 come out. They start talking their shit, which naturally means Trey Miguel comes out, and Moose just decides he's going to join everybody too, setting up a massive 4-on-4 tag team match to open the show. Moose, Trey Miguel, Mike Santana, and Leon Slater versus Agent Zero, Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, and Eddie Edwards. And it was actually a really fun match and actually an amazing opener to the show. I loved how the show opened, and like I said, this match was fantastic. I love that Agent Zero finally got some big moments. Well, not a big moment, but he got placed in a big time matchup along with all the other stars, and he looked pretty good. You know, my only complaint is like I'm not that big on Trey Miguel, so I would have preferred someone else being in there, but the fact that he's a champion and he's in that match is great stuff. Maybe we should eventually get that belt on Mustafa Ali, though. I think that would be the right decision. But it is the heels who end up winning this match, and it is Eddie Edwards who has his second pinfall victory over Mike Santana. So at this point, like, well, I never thought he was going to win the championship, but there's absolutely no way he's gonna have 2 pinfall victories over Mike Santana and then also win the championship. They're just trying to make him look strong, but I am down for the match. I'm excited for the match. Hopefully after this we can move on to something good for Mike Santana, because his last few feuds, you know, they were fine. They were middle of the pack feuds. We need something extraordinary. We need a definitive Mike Santana championship run. Like, his feud with Trick Williams was so good, but Trick Williams was champion then, so it doesn't count. We need one of those level feuds where it's just like, yeah, this is pure awesomeness, pure hype. We need something like that to really define his reign. We haven't had that yet. Then we play footage from Ricky Sosa, who is officially signed to TNA, which is like really amazing, really happy for him. And we get the footage of the pay-per-view of him walking backstage where he's confronted by Eric Young. So that's gonna be our first feud for Ricky Sosa, and like, I mean, at this point, Eric Young is like the Miz of the WWE. If you get called up from NXT, you're probably feuding with the Miz first. And like, that's the same for Eric Young at TNA. If you get signed to TNA or you're starting to get popular, you have to go through Eric Young to get that official stamp of approval, man. But this feud should be fun. Eric Young is pretty good in the ring. I'm excited to see Ricky Sosa on TNA. I think he's going to be a major star. And, you know, with Leon Slater probably eventually leaving later this year to go to NXT, Ricky Sosa is the perfect guy to take that mantle up. Unless, you know, Leon Slater stays, then these two could absolutely be the faces of the company for the future. We also get the Hardy Boys coming down to the ring after it was revealed that the Righteous attacked them. Whoa. Who saw that coming? Absolutely not me. I bet you didn't even see that coming. Nobody would have ever suspected this betrayal coming, right? But I'm still feeling conflicted. I really like them as a group. I really like the little faction they had going, but it's fine. Them being broken up now, it's pretty good as long as the Righteous wins. I believe we have a tag team match set up for next week between the Hardys and the Righteous for the championship. It'll probably be at the pay-per-view, right? So I'm probably gonna watch that one. For once, I'm actually kind of intrigued for a pay-per-view, so I might watch it. but we need to put the belts on the Righteous. Not because I dislike the Hardys, you guys know I love them, but I definitely think we need the belts on them to finally have some fresh feeling in the tag team division, have a fresh vibe. And I think the Righteous can bring them. Them being tag team champions would definitely be an interesting dynamic for all other tag teams. Not that there are a lot, but like in general, you understand where I'm coming from. Then we have to talk about this, because I don't know how I feel about this. Backstage, Tessa Blanchard is getting ready for her match. She's walking around. Then that weird blood-soaked bunny captures or stops Victoria Crawford from walking away. And then we go into a match between Jody Threat and Tessa Blanchard in a bunkhouse brawl match. And oh boy, let's talk about this. Does this feel to you like a feud that deserved this special kind of matchup? Right? I don't think I was interested in this feud whatsoever. I think I barely talked about it on this channel. But the fact that it gets a match with a extreme stipulation, I don't know how I feel about it, man. I have no interest in Tessa Blanchard. Respectfully, she can be released at this point, and I do not think I would give a damn. I'm over her controversy. It doesn't matter to me anymore. The fact is, she's not booked well. She's not interesting whatsoever. She's just there. She's like a definition of a mid-carder. I don't even think she has much charisma at all. And then Jody Threat, she's cool, but like she's there. She's there also. I don't feel like this match deserved what it got whatsoever. Now Tessa Blanchard wins. Great for her. Hopefully we finally push her, do something interesting with her, because if we don't, then I don't see a point in keeping her around anymore. If you're gonna do nothing with her, just let her go, because it's not worth the bad PR if she's just gonna be there casually. Anyway, after the match, she has an encounter too with the Bloody Rabbit. What is this for? Last week we had Marsha Day have an encounter with it. This week that didn't lead to anything, by the way, because Marsha Day then ended up having a match with Elena Black. We didn't follow up on that at all. And then, what's this gonna lead to? I don't know. I don't get it. This whole Rosemary stuff, this whole Bloody Bunny stuff, it feels weird. It doesn't feel like there's a goal to it. Maybe eventually we'll figure out what it is about it, but as of right now, it just feels weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Then we had some mid-card stuff, and I actually really enjoyed this part of the show because I love it when mid-carders actually have stuff to do. So Ryan Nemeth and Kaz blame BDE for attacking Nick Nemeth, and they're like blaming him. They're going at him saying, why did you attack Nick Nemeth? And then Elijah sticks his nose out and he says like, you know what, BDE, I'm gonna defend you, so let's team up next week and beat these two's asses. And I love that. It fits everybody's character. It's fun. It's just a random gimmick, but I love it because I love all the people involved and it feels perfect for them. Then we lead into a match where AJ Francis basically squashes the hometown man, and then after the match he reveals that he attacked Nick Nemeth. So Ryan Nemeth comes out. Ryan Nemeth is pissed. He wants to attack AJ Francis, but he just gets on the apron and he doesn't get into the ring. He's too scared. He jumps away. So yes, hell yes, let's push AJ Francis. Let's finally make him look like a monster. I remember like a year ago, I made a video where I said like AJ Francis could be one of the faces of TNA. A few people laughed at me. That sucked. I don't like people laughing at me, but it's fine. It's part of the job. But I genuinely think if booked well, he could be one of the faces of TNA. He has the look, he has the charisma, he's pretty good in the ring. So let's finally do that. Plus that tag team match for next week. Mid-card is looking real good right now. And then we head to the main event, which is Xia Brookside versus Ariana Grace for the Knockouts Championship. A match I was excited for. Didn't exactly live up to my expectation. Now, I didn't think it was going to be like a 5-star banger, but I really wanted both girls to go out there and show me what they got. It just felt like a standard Knockouts match, but it's fine. I still enjoyed myself, so I'm not going to say it was bad. It's just I wish I had more, but it was fine. I enjoyed myself. Part of me, okay, Ariana Grace retains the championship. Great decision. I don't think Xia Brookside is ready to win that championship at all, but she did show out tonight. She did look good tonight. Could she potentially be part of Birthright in like a crossover? Like, we've never really seen a heel Xia Brookside. I've never seen it. Not in the time when she was in NXT UK, NXT, or in TNA. We haven't seen heel Xia Brookside. She's a second generation wrestler. Could she potentially be part of Birthright in a weird way? I think that could be an interesting story to tell and add more members to Birthright as a faction. Like maybe the whole of Birthright come to NXT, cause a bit of chaos specifically to try and recruit Xia Brookside. That could be an interesting route to go. I think I would like to see that. It's probably not going to happen, but hey, who knows? I think it could be cool. And that's TNA feud tonight. And honestly, like, it was an okay show. It opened pretty good. There was a few parts in the show that I really enjoyed. A lot of it was kind of weird that I didn't necessarily like, but overall, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I was almost going to say 7, 6, 7. A 6 out of 10. God, I'm so stupid. So yeah, 6 out of 10 sounds fair, right? I love the opening of the show. The main event was fine, and then you had the mid-card stuff that I really enjoyed. But that's kind of it about tonight's show. Other than that, I didn't really have a whole lot of opinions on the show. So if you like this review, please leave a like and subscribe. I cover NXT, TNA, Evolve, and AAA every single week. Along with that, I have a podcast with PUWF where we talk about Evolve for about 2 hours every single week. I'm there most of the time, but occasionally time differences get in the way. But you should check it out anyways. So leave a like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, everyone.